Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day's going wonderful. I'm so glad you're joining me for Try It Out Tuesday. I hope your Tuesday is off to a great start. Today we're going to create a card and we are going to start off by heat embossing some plaid on a piece of pale gray cardstock. This is Spellbinder's Fog cardstock and I'm using the Simon Says Stamp soft plaid background. This is double-sided tape I use for my mouse pad, but we're going to go ahead and add our background stamp. And then what I like to do is add some adhesive to my panel. This is an A2 panel. And then I place it on my background. Since we have straight lines on here, you want to make sure that they're straight. And then I bring the back of my stamping positioner to my panel. That way I know exactly where I want it. I'm going to treat my paper with my anti-static powder tool. And then I'm going to use, not Versamark, I'm going to use my white pigment ink for my background. I'm going to use my Hero Hues Unicorn ink. Any kind of white pigment ink you have would work. Pigment inks stay sticky longer, and this if you have Versamark too, you could use that, but it's nice to be able to see what you're stamping. And I think that's a pretty good impression. I need to get a little bit more down here. I'm going to go ahead and take my panel and we are going to use some white embossing powder. I'm going to go over my plaid. I love plaids. I don't know what it is. I think that's nicely covered. I use these little drawers for my, in case you guys are new, these little drawers I use for my embossing powders. Let me show you. I've used them for a really long time now. So this is my gold, this is my silver, and then I keep my white in the middle. And it works out handy. The size of this is not much bigger than my A2 panel, you can see here. And they're 3 drawers tall. I picked mine up on Amazon, but it's kind of a hit and miss when you find them. But the reason I mention this is because somebody told me that there's single ones, nice quality, single clear plastic ones the same size at the Dollar Tree, the $1.25 Tree store. So that was just a little FYI for you guys. If you want to use that for your embossing powders, it works great. I'm going to go ahead and melt this embossing powder. Okay. So my panel is heat embossed, and it's very subtle, but that's what I wanted. Since we're not in fall yet, I just kind of wanted a subtle plaid in our background. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the front of an A2 size card base, and I'll just use my tape runner to adhere it. My background is done. Now we're going to create a couple home panels for some butterflies. Haven't created with butterflies in a while. This is the Simon Says Stamp Adaline Butterfly. It's a nice size, and it does come, the body is separate. I didn't bother to separate mine. And I'm also going to bring in the olive leaves die set. Okay, we're going to die cut out the olive leaves with some of that same Fog cardstock. And for my butterflies, I'm going to bring in some pattern paper and some vellum. I'm using My Favorite Things Sweet Celebration 6x6 paper pad. And I like this pattern. We're going to use this pattern and also some yellow. Let's see. Let's bring in some yellow. I'm going to die cut out my butterfly with yellow, teal, and then with vellum also for a little extra flutter. And then I'm also going to bring in, I'm going to go ahead and separate my butterfly from my my body, and I'll use Lunar Gray cardstock from Spellbinders to cut out the butterfly body. Now while we're die cutting, I'm also going to take some white cardstock, and to create a home panel I picked up these dies. These are called A2 Marquee, and it's a 3-piece die set that has that dotted detail. Spellbinders had a set like this, but sometimes it was hard to link to. So I picked these up just in case, and these dots are a little bit bigger than Spellbinders. So if you're looking for a fun set, I think this is a really nice one. Again, this is the A2 Marquee, and I'll die cut out one with white cardstock. Actually, let's die cut them both out with white cardstock, so we have some background panels. My die cutting is all done. I also put together my sentiment. The shadow I created with white cardstock, and then the friend I created with my Lunar Gray. This is the Simon Says Stamp Friend die set. This is what it looks like. It's like the perfect size. Great price point too. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side. We're going to make our butterflies. I have my glue here. I'm going to add a dot of glue to the center of each of my butterflies. And then I'm going to add my vellum right over that pattern paper. And then I'm going to add another dot of glue right down the center, and we're going to add our butterfly body. Eventually I'm going to fluff up these butterfly wings, but I'm going to wait till that glue dries because I learned my lesson. Let's put those off to the side. Now these are the marquee panels that we created. Actually, it's the A2 Marquee panels. You can see that the holes are much bigger. Let me see if I can find that Spellbinders die set. This is the Spellbinders Essential Rectangles. So it's pretty close. Of course, you get more of a variety in this pack. I really love these, but you can see that the holes in this one are a lot more closer together and they're smaller. But this is a nice substitute if you can't find this die set. But okay, I did create some panels to go behind each of our panel, so the polka dots will be yellow. This is Chamomile from Spellbinders. I'm going to layer them together. And then I'll do the same thing with my new Lunar Gray. Let's go ahead now. That one worked out pretty good. I'm going to actually layer both of these together. We'll stack them, create kind of framing. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this to the front of my card base, just using my tape runner. And you can see how subtle that plaid is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add my leaves here, my olive branch. I'm going to go ahead and just add some glue behind the spine. There we go. Tucking that end under one of the leaves. I'm going to go ahead and add some foam tape behind my friend. You could add a sub-sentiment to this, but I'm just going to leave it as a friend. I just want to say friend. I'm going to go ahead and add this. Before we fluff the butterfly wings, I'm going to flip them over, and then I am going to add one foam square in the center of the butterfly. And then we're going to place these on our olive branch. We can fluff up those wings. Kind of keeping with the yellow theme, I'm going to bring in some PinkFresh jewels. This is called Peach Fuzz. And we're going to add some gems around our card here. And that will finish my card today for Try It Out Tuesday. A friendship card with a little bit of flutter. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. Have a fabulous day, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.